When Undertale was released, there was an army of gamers who were obsessed over this indie RPG, and for good reason. Beyond a deep story, unique presentation, and great music, Undertale stood out due to its gameplay. It's amazing to think that just one guy created and developed Undertale. Creator Toby Fox knew that if he created another game, it would always live under the shadow of Undertale. Enter Deltarune. Deltarune's demo was released on Halloween through Undertale's Twitter page in a very creepy manner. It was almost as if the Twitter page was hacked by some kind of virus. Even the page where you download Deltarune looks like a virus. Once I was able to convince myself that this was just Toby Fox pulling his typical crap, I decided to download the demo and I was placed under this character creator. I thought to myself, there's going to be even more customization under this game than the last. In Undertale, the entire story was based off of your decision making, and there are tons of paths that lead to several different endings. Seeing a character creator made me think I'd see a revamped version of your decisions affecting even more things. After I created my character though, I was shown this. In Deltarune, your choices are irrelevant, and this was a very intentional strategy by Toby Fox. He knew that Undertale was going to be engraved in all of our brains. For better or for worse, he decided to take an alternate universe, using many of the same characters, but with a completely different story. I can't completely review the story yet because it's only the demo, but I have to say that this story is incredibly deep, funny, and even scary at times. The new characters in this game are great. My personal favorite is this villain named Lancer. He provides great comic relief, and he's already a fan favorite across the web. A lot of fans are freaking out about how the story correlates with Undertale, and many are speculating that Deltarune is not a sequel or even a prequel, but a parallel universe to Undertale. I personally have no idea, and honestly, I don't care yet because it's just a demo. For the time being, I'm just going to call Deltarune a sequel because from the gameplay, it is a sequel. It takes the elements from the first game that we loved and doubled down, polishing everything and made every aspect of the game even more fun. What makes a Toby Fox video game special to me is its gameplay. It combines the RPG elements that we're familiar with, as in turn-based combat, but it makes defense the focus of the gameplay. Every time you're attacked, it turns into a bullet hell minigame where you control a heart and dodge attacks. It gets so insanely deep with the variety of attacks that it's continuously fresh throughout your playthrough. The bullet dodging elements are the hardest part about the gameplay, but also the most fun. On offense, you have the option to either attack the traditional way to battle an enemy, or act a more peaceful way in which you go through a sequence of events to convince your enemy to stop attacking you. Undertale was known as the friendly RPG where no one has to die. And that's the most fun way to play, beyond just the reward you get from a happier story on the pacifist run. It's more challenging to talk your way out of battle, but additionally, it's more rewarding. I don't want to sound like a wuss or anything, but attacking is boring because all you have to do is just use some meter to time your attacks. There's more thinking when it comes to acting your way through a battle, because you have to choose the proper sequence of events in order to successfully win a battle. Even though your choices don't matter in Deltarune, as the game continuously reminds you that throughout the story in almost a creepy way, it's still a lot more rewarding to just play the gameplay in a more pacifist way. Deltarune adds a whole extra layer of strategy when incorporating multiple characters you can control in your party. In battle, you can control other characters, and this immediately makes everything way more in-depth. You can choose which enemies to act upon, which to spare, which character you want to block an attack, which enemy you want to literally attack. You'll notice that the fighting gets super deep for a cute little free indie demo. Deltarune's combat introduces a magic meter. You fill it up by closely dodging attacks, and you can utilize magic for more attacks, heals, and spare options. This incentivized me to be a little bit more ballsy with my dodges instead of straight up avoiding attacks. I found myself living life on the edge a little, as I was basically letting attacks graze my heart. The improvements from Undertale to Deltarune are beyond just more characters and battle options, it's the little touches. The visuals have improved tremendously. There's no more black and white bland looking enemies like in Undertale, but instead very visually dynamic looking sprites, all different from one another. Other cool little touches like transitions from the overworld to the battle screen are pretty cool. The bullet hell sequences exist outside of battle this time around, which blew my mind when I first saw it. Again, I don't care what your stance is on the story, this is a sequel, and that's a good thing because Undertale was awesome. Deltarune is just more awesome. That's a good thing though. This demo took me around 3 hours to complete, and I really can't recommend it enough. I can't explain this game to anyone who hasn't played Undertale, but I'll leave you with this. Undertale was my favorite RPG of all time until I played this little demo. Deltarune is better than Undertale, and I don't say that lightly at all. Undertale meant so much to me as a story, as a musical, and as a video game. Deltarune, a small little demo, is already outdoing Undertale in every single aspect, from gameplay to graphics to story to music. And please do not overlook the music, because this is one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard. The ending to the demo blew my mind. I won't spoil it in this review, but I'm begging you to experience it for yourself. I promise it will not disappoint. The only warning I can give you is that I have no idea when the actual game is going to be released, and the demo is so good that you're going to be itching for the full title to come out. And Toby Fox literally gave us no release date. The only reason you shouldn't play this demo is because it's so good that you're going to wish there was more, and it still packs a lot of content. I mean, 3 hours is pretty long for a demo created by one freaking guy. Link to the site that you can download this game is in the description, but you are warned, this is one of the greatest gaming experiences ever.